Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'm really honored to be here today. It's really overwhelming, and then I know I came across a lot of stories. It's not that I came here to inspire you to serve your motherland. In fact, I got really inspired by the stories of transformation in Detroit. Nowhere I have heard such a wonderful stories of Rajendra, then Ganga, and many more people. So, including the Kampier Teja himself. So, there may be many more stories. Every one of you in this hall have a story. Story to tell, story to inspire, story to transform, and story to pay back. So it's really overwhelming today, and keeping firmly in the mind that today is a weekday, and tomorrow morning you have to get back to the work. So I will not spend too much time on what has already been told about me. So to save the time and the energies. So friends, I just wanted to share with you why I have not built home, although I have been getting salary of 2.63 lakhs per month. My wife is also working. She is also a government senior government servant, and then she also gets a salary of about 1.75 lakhs. She is a director of marketing. One of the important reasons why we have been postponing the building of home is we don't want to lose focus in transforming the lives of people. I know how big hassle it can be to build a home. So, and then we thought it's not very important. Like, as long as you're in government service, government gives you a very good bungalow or quarter, and the government provides for everything. And then once you are, out of government, still you can, you're with your pension, you can still have a nice place to stay. But we wanted to stay focused on the mission of producing Rajendras and producing Gangas and producing every one of you who are staying in this. Otherwise, it's not that I could not have taken loan and then build a home. So it's not that. It's not that I'm poor. That's why I'm not able to afford. No. So we wanted to focus on the transformation. We wanted to replicate as many transformational stories as possible in the in the heart of or in the land of in our motherland. So that's one of the reasons why we have postponed the idea of having our own home. Friends, I have no words again to thank Global NRI Forum for making this possible. I think if at all, if there is a Nobel Prize for patience, perseverance, and hard work, and indefatigable attitude, that is Global NRI Forum led by Venkat Maroju and then Roy Das Mantena. So these people have been planning for the last 3 months. In fact, I am in the midst of a yatra. So I've been literally kidnapped by Venkat Maroju and Roy, and I've been placed in Venkat Maharaju and Roy and other friends in Global NRI Forum. They have been placed in the flight, and then I just came straight to Dubai, and then from there I came here to the US. And then ever since I landed in the US, the moment I landed, Roy opened a Twitter space. I'd not even go to home and then take some rest. So Roy said we must start a Twitter space because India is excited to listen to your story of Dubai and then your story about your feelings and the place where you have studied, that is Cambridge in Massachusetts. So India is very eager to listen to your story. So that's why we started Twitter Space the moment we landed here. So from there we went to New Jersey. From there, from Boston to New Jersey, New Jersey to Bloomington, Bloomington to Chicago, then Minneapolis, and many more places. So and then Detroit is the current stop, and then I'm really thankful to the Detroit Telugu community, Detroit Ambedkar Association of North America, and all other friends from Detroit, and then well wishers of this global NRI forum. So friends, today I feel on one hand I am really happy that you all have gathered here to listen to what I'm about to say or share your stories with all of us. At the same time, I am really distressed and deeply concerned about our motherland. Yesterday, 4 women have died in a place called Ibrahimpatnam, just 15 to 20 kilometers away from, not even 15, 10 kilometers away from Hyderabad International Airport. What was the fault of these women? On August 25th, 34 women, poor women, were operated upon for family planning. Family planning operations. So, for family planning operations, these people were operated upon by the doctors in a government medical facility. And after 4 days, most of these women get admitted in the hospitals and then 4 die. When you work back in the investigations, and all these people were operated upon with infected scalpels, infected needles, and in an infected, unsterilized operation theater. This is the sad state of our state and the country. All these 4 women who have died, and then 7 more are undergoing treatment in various hospitals, various so-called corporate hospitals. These people would have given birth to people like you. Is it not? Our mothers, they gave us birth and then they brought us up, and then we came here and we worked very hard to come to this place, and then we are living in a comfortable life. We are living a comfortable life, and then we are able to pay back to the extent possible to our motherland. But those 4 women, they missed this opportunity. They left the world. Who is responsible? In the last 2 months, the children who were studying in government schools, ended up in hospitals. Not 1, not 2, not 3, more than 2,000 children ended up in hospitals because of the food poisoning. All of them are government schools, including Triple IT Basar. The Basar is the abode of goddess Saraswati. So what's happening to the state and what's happening to the country? This is what I wanted to tell you. The state of Telangana has come because of the sacrifices of people like you. Most of you may have sacrificed, most of you have definitely sacrificed your time, energy, and so on and so forth. Time, energy, and money, and the thoughts. And 1,300 people have committed suicide, have immolated or ended their lives for the sake of Telangana. And today, even today, while we speak here, in the morning, yesterday, in front of Usmania University Arts College, the students have gathered, and one of the students again tried to commit suicide. Why? Because the notifications are not being released at the right time, and the papers that are set by the examiners are out of syllabus for the constable examination. Just imagine, why did we get the state to have a bright future for all the people? And today where we are, again people are immolating themselves. Almost 330, not 335, so far 5,000 farmers in the last 8 years in Telangana, 5,000 farmers, one or other way have died. And government on the other hand is claiming that they have best schemes in the world. Raitu Bandhu, best schemes in the world. How much did they spend? 50,000 crores in the last 8 years. 50,000 crores. And these 50,000 crores, if you're all most of you are technology people, if you analyze where these 50,000 crores have gone, there are 60 lakh farmers in Telangana. Out of 60 lakh, 5 lakh got 40,000 crores. 5 lakh farmers got 40,000 crores, and 55 lakh farmers got just 10,000 crores. You see the skewed distribution of the data. So this is what is happening. Now in most of the schools, I'm coming back to education and again, because you're all here because of education. So in most of the schools, even today in government schools, we don't have textbooks. We don't have uniforms. The school buildings are rickety. They are about to fall. And there are no toilets for the students. Even if there are toilets, there is no maintenance of toilets. Nobody cleans the schools. Morning, I am staying with Hari Maroju in Detroit. Morning, Hari shared a document of this county's taxes. The total taxes are collected for that month are $9,026, out of which almost $3,000 are spent on school and $3,000 are spent on the operation of the county. Now, coming back to our home, in Telangana, 2.5 lakh crores is the budget of the state, and just 8,000 crores are given to education. We have more than 25,000 schools. Just 8,000 crores are given to education. And higher education, even today, they are dying for. Higher education means like all the universities and the polytechnic universities and all the technology institutions. Even today, they are dying for money. There are supposed to be 3,000 professors in Telangana. You know how many professors are there? Just 800. In a place called IIIT Basa, 169 professors are to be recruited. You know how many professors are there? 19. Where is 165 and where is 19? Now coming back to health again, the government on the very first day of formation of Telangana, the rulers of Telangana have promised that they will build all great hospitals and then make hundreds of Usmanias and then Gandhi hospitals. And even today, the ceiling is falling in Usmania. Usmania is a famous hospital. Gandhi hospital, the drainage is clogged. And I know how drainage is clogged. I went to Gandhi hospital. I was additional DGP. I went to Gandhi hospital as a patient. When I got COVID-19, I straight went to Gandhi hospital. So doctor said, sir, please don't use this toilet because it is clogged. It is one of the super specialty hospitals in the state capital. Imagine. In Mahatma Gandhi Memorial Hospital, those of you who know about the terrain of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, the place called Warangal, the Mahatma Gandhi Memorial Hospital is a super specialty hospital, and one patient joins the hospital and then there are no beds, and then this patient is made to sleep on veranda, and a band of bandicoots come and then bite him, and then he dies of excessive bleeding. He doesn't know what was happening to him. And in labor wards, snakes come. And 3 days ago, in a place called Suryapet, the women were operated upon, 10 to 12 women were operated upon, and then they were made to sleep. After operation, women are supposed to go to intensive care units where there is a sterilized atmosphere. You know where the women were made to sleep? They were made to sleep on the floor of a hospital because there are no facilities. You might as well think, look, India is a poor country, Telangana is a poor state, so we have no money. No, 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 no. 2.5 lakh crores is not an ordinary budget for any state with the size of Telangana with 3.77 crores of population. 2.5 lakh crores is not an ordinary budget. The priorities of the rulers are wrong. That is where I am coming to. That is where the people again, and the people who spoke just ahead of me, they said again and again that with 1,000 crores, what not could I do in the schooling system? Imagine 2.5 lakh crores if they are placed. If you have the control of 2.5 lakh crores, what all the miracles you can do in every sector, not just in education. You can distribute land to poor people, 1 acre at least each to every landless household. We can build homes for all those landless poor people. You know, after I joined Bahujan Samaj Party, after I gave up my job of Indian Police Service, even though I had about 6.5 years of active service left, still I thought it doesn't worth it, because the rulers are eating away the public money. Rulers are building their palaces. Rulers are squandering the valuable opportunity that is given by the people of Telangana to them. So I thought it doesn't worth it. You should not waste time again and again. So I thought I just called it quits, and then I joined the job. I joined the politics. So ever since I joined the politics, I have been on yatra. I have traveled for about 17,000 kilometers, more than 17,000 kilometers in Telangana. Visited about 800, nearly 800 villages, and may have physically addressed lakhs of people. Lakhs of people. I never stayed in air-conditioned tents, my dear friends. Some of the politicians in Telangana are traveling every day, and then they are giving 1,000 rupees to people and one liquor bottle to come to their meetings. And whenever they have to make night calls, they are staying in the air-conditioned tents and then cushy beds. No, we don't. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to touch the real heart of Telangana, or real heart of India, for that matter. So when I went there, I met many ladies, many old ladies, living like, living a very secluded life, and a very neglected life. And at least 20 to 30% of the poorest of the poor people, they have no homes. If there is a hailstorm, or if there is a gale, or if there is any tufan, and all these homes are going to go away. And our rulers came up with a scheme called double bedroom scheme. They promised 2.5 lakh homes in the last 8 years. They promised it in the very first year itself. 2.5 lakh homes for the poor in the first phase. You know how many homes they have delivered so far? 20,000 homes only. You know what is outlay for this project? 16,000 crores. 16,000 crores is the annual outlay, and then so far they have completed only 20,000 homes. And what happened to the rest of the homes? They are lying dilapidated. And 50% of the, not 50, not even 50, at least 20 to 30,000 homes are completed, but they are not being allotted. You know why? Our rulers believe that if these homes are allotted now, the voters will not be impacted. So they are playing on recency effect. They want that if these homes are allotted just at the nick of the moment, just before the elections, these people are going to remember this and vote for them in the politics. This is what is happening. 13 lakh old women are still waiting for pensions. Earlier, when Telangana was a reality, even when United Andhra Pradesh, undivided Andhra Pradesh, employees used to get salaries right on day one. Today, you know what date all the employees get their salaries? 13 to 18. From any month, 13 to 18. So what happened? Well, the date of Telangana in 2014 was 60,000 crores. That was the state debt. You know what is the debt today? 5.4 lakh crores is the debt on the state of Telangana. Then where did this money go? This money did not go into education. This money did not go into health. Then where did this money go? This money went into projects. What are those projects? Irrigation projects, lift irrigation projects, then other irrigation projects, Mission Bhagiratha projects, roads, and this money went into farmhouses. This money went into widening the roads that lead to rulers' farmhouses. This money went into the command centers for police. This money went into police cars. This money has gone into secretariat building, wherein we had a very good secretariat that was not even 20 years old, that was demolished. And now a secretariat is being built in Telangana with the cost of 1,200 crores. Not one, not two, 1,200 crores. A police command and control center is being built in the heart of Hyderabad with, you know how much the cost? 1,100 crores, 1,000 to 1,100 crores. Is it required for a state where 30% of the people who are living landless, and at least 30% of the poor have no homes. And all the assigned lands are being grabbed from poor people. Why? Because government has no money, grab these assigned lands and auction them, give it to real estate agents and make money and run the state. This is what it is. And what happens to the students? What happened to, there are 1.9 crore people who do not know how to read and write in Telangana. Not one, not two, 1.9 crores. And even today we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. That is 75th year of independence, and you have half of your population is not independent from the illiteracy and poverty. Where are we heading to? That's the reason why I thought the politics are not heading in the right direction. Whether it is Congress or TRS or BJP, whichever reason, like, even the government of India is also doing the same thing. Yesterday we saw a news that NDTV, one of the independent television companies, New Delhi Television, one of the most reputed television companies, is being taken over by Adani Group. So now there is a report by an independent credit rating agency that Adani Group will lead India into debt trap. They are getting loans from every possible financial institution where your parents, my parents, you and I, all our friends and all the Indians store their or save their money. So those financial institutions shamelessly, they are extending loans to these big corporate houses, but they are not extending loans to farmers. They are not extending loans to lower middle class people. So these corporate houses are trying to take over the public sector companies. Some of you may have worked in SAIL, some of you may have worked in ECIL, some of you may have worked in Bharat Electronics Limited, so on and so forth, or many public sector undertakings. Today, these corporate companies are taking over these private sector, the public sector undertakings. As a result, your affirmative action once forever is gone. Poorest of the poor, socially marginalized sections, all these people will never be able to get jobs once these corporate companies come into picture. Then what does Constitution say? Constitution talks about right to equality, equality of opportunity. Constitution talks about religious freedom. All these things are waning away. They are fading away fast. That is where your role comes into picture. That is where my role comes into picture. That is where all of us have to think about mothers. Take a step back and think about motherland, my dear friends. If we keep mum, if we keep silent, our motherland is gonna go into stone age once again. All the independent institutions which are supposed to be sacred, which are supposed to be immune from political influences, have been corrupted. Today, ED means Enforcement Directorate. Enforcement Directorate is being used to arm twist all political opponents. Today, CBI is being used to chase all the political opponents. Today, police forces are being used by the state to silence all the opponents and then to keep them in the prison. But this is not the democracy for which our founding fathers sacrificed for. This is not the state of Telangana for which the martyrs have laid down their lives. That is the reason why I have joined the politics. We have promised that we will give land to all the landless. Even if it is 1 acre, we will give land to landless. We have promised that we will remove disparities, and then we will give equal opportunity to all those people who are deprived of this opportunity. Today, if you take example of Kaleshwaram project, the Kaleshwaram project, the outlay in Telangana is 1.15 lakh crores, not crores, 1.15 lakh crores. All these contracts were taken over by or were given on a platter to only the corporate companies. Then what happens to the backward classes? What happens to the poor among the so-called upper classes? What happened to the scheduled castes? What happened to the scheduled tribes? What happened to the religious minorities? What happened to women? So they have no say whatsoever in all these contracts. But we said we will distribute these contracts. We will make people eligible to fight the contracts, to get the tenders, and then participate in the growth of this state of Telangana or country. Now, we have one scheme called Manavuru Manabadi. Manavuru is our village, Manabadi is our school. So government came with an ambitious project called Manavuru Manabadi, to repair all the government schools. The total outlay was 7,200 crores. 7,200 crores, all the tenders were awarded to the shell companies owned by only one company, that is mega company, and that tender document was prepared in a star hotel. Morning one tender is given, evening same tender gets cancelled, another tender is released, and government has put a condition that only the people who have turnover of 180 crores can only participate. Is it possible for the poorest of the poor people to show the turnover of 180 crores in a year? So this is how the obstacles are placed in front of the poor people. But we said, if you vote us to power, we will ensure that every community, every social stratum gets equal opportunity to participate in government contracts. We said, if you vote us into power, we will ban all the belt shops. You know what is belt shop? Belt shops are like the liquor kiosks in all rural areas. Like Ganga was sharing his story that one of his friends died because of excessive drinking. In Telangana, just an example, in Telangana, the government has earned 35,000 crores in a year by selling liquor to people. Not one, not two, 35,000 crores. On one hand, so anyway, I'll go to next impact. What has created, what these 35,000 crores have created? I went to a place called Warangal. I went to a market yard where I met 100 women, coolies basically, laborers, who were cleaning the farm produce so that it can be bought by the commission agents. And most of these women did not have Mangal Sutra, the sacred thread you get after marriage. So I asked these women, why is it there is no sacred thread? Why is there is no bindi on your forehead? I said, we lost our husbands. Then I asked them, why did you? 40 women said, out of 100, 40 women said, we lost our husbands. And they were in the middle age. Then I asked them, why did you lose your husband? You used to be very young. Sir, our husbands died because of excessive drinking. 100 women were interviewed, 40 said they lost their husbands. So 40% lost their husbands. Most of them died because of excessive drinking. One, cirrhosis. Second, accidents. Third, they didn't get money to drink. That's why they committed suicide, because they got so addicted. So these 35,000 crores state might be getting, but people are losing lives. It is no less than a Holocaust. It is no less than a genocide where poor people are dying like hell. So we said, if you vote us to power, we said we are going to control all these belt shops, and then instead of belt shops, we are going to provide milk shops so that you can drink milk, you can get a nutritious food, you can get all these things, and then you can be healthy. So we also said we are going to provide schools. Like today, I really congratulate a boy. Where is Dhruv? The boy who sang, I think he went away. So I think his parents are here. Yeah, I think they went away. Okay. So, but anyway, I congratulate that boy. So, we said, if you vote us to power, we are going to provide Mandal level international residential schools, Mandal level residential schools with international standards. It doesn't cost much money. You know what is the difference between a normal government day school and the residential school? Just 20,000 rupees per child per year. 20,000 rupees per child per year is nothing. But government is not interested to spend that money on education. One chilling fact. Our chief minister, ever since he was anointed, ever since he sat in the chair of chief minister, has never entered a university. It is not just chief minister, even education minister, except IIIT Basar, which she entered after 15 days of strike, they have not visited even a single university. See the interest of rulers in the education. Because if they think, if people study, people go to colleges, if people become successful, there won't be any labor available in their farms. There won't be any labor available, cheap labor available to drive their tractors, to work in their homes as domestic helps. This is the inference I draw from the negligence of the government on education sector. Friends, just 15 days ago, I was in Dubai. Dubai is a place, or Middle East is a place where 15 lakh Telangana people are working. And I don't know how many people who are there in the US. But when I look at you and when I remember the faces of Dubai people, there is so much of difference. You are living in two different worlds. In Dubai, the Telangana people, they work as janitors. They live in the compartments, worse than the train compartments. At least compartment, there are two toilets. In these compartments, there is only one toilet and 30 people live in lower berth, middle berth and upper berth. And outside the temperature is 45 degrees centigrade to 50 degrees. And there are sandstorms every other day. And they get how much? 1000 dirhams or 1400 dirhams. Each dirham is equivalent to 22 rupees. And some of them, they lost passports. Some of them, their visitor visas did not get converted to the working visas, and they lost contact with their employers. And they are living like slaves. And one of the notable features among all these people is they have no education. They are either dropouts, or they are dropouts from the 4th grade or 5th grade or 12th grade or degree, and or they did not have education at all. They don't know anything. They don't know where to go to embassy. And when they die because of illness, and they have no means to send their dead bodies back home, they take one small pot and then they collect dirhams, and then they pay the money for the coffin, and they take the help of somebody and then send it to India. This is the tragedy of the people who dropped out from the system and then who do not have proper education. On the other hand, look at the US. You are like, I've been traveling from Boston to Detroit, and I've seen many people are living in a very, very comfortable life. But their families back home, when they were children, they lived in abject poverty. Day before yesterday, we were in Washington, D.C., and then I went to a gentleman's place to have a tea. And then when Venkat shared it with me, this is the colony, or this is a locality where Donald Rumsfeld or Dick Cheney, these are the people who are ministers of defense in different administrations. These are the people, this is the place where those ministers live. In the sidelines, in the same colony, we have a person who is a native of Jagityal, whose parents were agricultural laborers, and who acquired a palace because of his hard work. In Bloomington, I met a tribal person, and then he owns Audi Q7, not because of the commissions in contracts, not because of the illegal encroachment of public lands. He worked very hard and then acquired that Audi Q7, and he owns a nice palace. I met a gentleman who was there are 11 children in his family. He's from Nalgonda, and he's a 6th child, and today he's a ace stockbroker in Wall Street. And he owns a nice palace, and then he owns 2 cars, and then his children go to different pre-med colleges, so on and so forth. Why can't we replicate these stories in India? Is it because we don't have money? No, we have money, but our rulers have no heart. Our rulers have no vision. Their only vision is to build their empires, build their properties. Our chief minister, in 1 year, he had spent 79 crores roughly to travel from a government office to his farmhouse and back. 79 crores to travel from his farmhouse to government office and back and forth. 79 crores. And in the last 8 years, he had spent 500 crores to guard, 500 crores of public money to guard the farmhouse. And today, sadly, in a state like Telangana, owning a farmhouse has become a fad, has become a fashion. And people are going to any extent to own a farmhouse. It has become a status symbol. wherein it should have been a status symbol to be a PhD scholar. It should have been a status symbol to, speak good English, to speak good Russian, to speak good Japanese, wherein it should have been a status symbol to be an ace coder or ace programmer at a very young age. This should have been a status symbol. But we have a wrong status symbol today. It is all because of the rulers. Today, liquor is more freely available than textbook in the classroom. I went to a place called Nagaram at 7:30 during my yatra, and I found 9th graders totally intoxicated. How do you comprehend this kind of? When ganja is entering in a big way, we used to talk about only Punjab, that Punjab is totally full of drugs. Today, ganja is entering into Telangana and Andhra Pradesh in a big way from different places, and people are getting addicted, and nobody is paying attention. So, friends, this is the status of Telangana. That's why we wanted to stop all this. That's why we wanted to go for clean politics. It is not it is not the politics of hegemony. It is not the politics to control the resources, only a few controlling all the resources. It is not for the politics, should not be for making the rich richer and poor poorer. And politics is not for, should not be for promoting hatred among different religions. Last week there were almost a communal riots in Hyderabad city because one of the MLAs said, he passed a very inappropriate comment on another religion, and suddenly there were communal riots. And people are playing with the emotions of the politicians are playing with the emotions of the rulers, people, the common people. So politics should not be for promoting hatred. So that's why we wanted to bring the alternative politics into the fore and lead from the front. Come what may, our rulers have very deeper pockets. They have 50,000 crores because they have amassed all this money because of different contracts or ill-gotten contracts, because of the nexus with the criminals, nexus with the white collar criminals. But today we want to challenge all that. Today it is a fight between David and Goliath. So that's why the Davids must win in this fight. We cannot let it go just like that, because it is a future of our children which is at stake. It's not just one, not two, crores of children, not just in Telangana, all over the country. That's why we wanted to raise the curtains for a new brand of politics in Telangana. That's the reason why I gave up my job, and then we have been traveling in the the state quite extensively, and that is the reason why I came here to share my ideas. And then I'm here for a specific purpose, to seek your solidarity, seek your great ideas, translate your love for motherland into a concerted action, translate your affection to your people back home into an action which leads to a better future. A future that can be solid, a future that can be safer, a future that can give equal opportunity irrespective of caste and creed, irrespective of a geographical position. So today I am here to seek your support in building that future for the children of Telangana and India and other states as well. So with these few words, I am once again grateful to all of you for finding some precious little time to share your thoughts and then focus on what is being transpired here. I have no words to thank you once again. Thank you very, very much. Jai Bhim and Jai Bharat. Thank you.
All right. Hello everyone, my name is Raju Brahmandaberry. How many of you know Nelson Mandela? Yeah? Of course, he's a person we should remember. Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon that is going to change lives. We are all here smiling ear to ear because we have given one thing a lot of importance, and one field that we have given a lot of importance. That's education field and education. Our parents have realized, hey, I have to give the best education to my kids. They might not have been educated, but still they have provided all the resources to make us educated, to make us better informed. If there is one profession, if there is one field that requires a lot of respect, is education. This is what I believe in. I'm a son of a teacher. I am a brother of a teacher. I am a brother of a teacher. Yes, I strongly believe in that profession. And this is what I believe. A person who can bring reforms to the education and bring smile to their faces, he can reform anything. Yes, a person who gives importance to education can reform anything. A man behind a million smile can bring that smile to billions of people, and that person is Dr. Praveen Kumar. I didn't get any information about Praveen Kumar, sir, not from movies or Purna or anyone else. Let me tell you, I am a proud student of BC Residential School in Telangana, which was under Dr. Praveen Kumar as a secretary. Still, how did I get that information? 2 months ago, just 2 months ago, I happened to talk to the principal of that BC Residential School that I went to. For 4 hours, out of 4 hours, the conversation we had with our principal, 2 hours was spent on Dr. Praveen's sir's efforts in bringing up the most important education to the underprivileged. He doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to do that when he is just 6 months away from getting to the top brass position in Telangana. He did it out of just respect one thing, because he wants to bring in that reforms that we all fought for, that we all dreamed of in Telangana. As Dr. Praveen sir said, unfortunately, the Telangana that we dreamed of, the Telangana we fought for, our martyrs, so many, is not going in the right direction. Unfortunately, let me tell you why. My uncle is right here. I asked him when he said, I wish we shouldn't get Telangana. I was so surprised to hear from a hardcore Telanganite. He's a teacher, by the way. Uncle, why are you saying that? I'm a teacher, I'm disappointed. I'm a teacher, dejected. This is a bad trend. This is a dangerous trend when a teacher is dejected, when a teacher is disappointed, because a teacher cannot bring that smile to the people. So this is the time a leader is born. Leaders doesn't born when the things are normal. A leader doesn't born when the things are okay. But our golden Telangana is going in the wrong direction. And this is when a leader like Dr. Praveen Kumar sir is needed, and we all need to support him. Thank you, Praveen Kumar sir, for going in that direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Raju. Thank you very much.
Folks, I think folks, we're almost at time, and myself, I have to drive back to Grand Rapids 2.5 hours. So please, please be precise. And next we have Dr. Vamshi Garu for the next question, wherever he is.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Vamshi. Good evening. I'm just curious, you have so many ideas. Why did you actually and to be honest with you, as far as I know, I don't have a very good opinion of my own.
Okay.
So I want you to be successful, but I'm not going to do my.
Great question. Thank you. I chose BSP because it is firmly based on the idea of constitutional values of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, which are extremely important for any nation to grow inclusive and grow powerful. So my ideas firmly align with the ideas of the party's ideology. Much before the decision to retire voluntarily, or quit the service, I scanned through all the parties for the ideologies and then their ideas for nation. And some parties, to my surprise, I don't want to name them. Some parties, they promised moon, and then after getting into the power, then they promised moon for themselves. So they built a moon for themselves, in fact. So, and then they're just, they are just ruling the masses by intoxicating them. They have no ideology at all. And some parties are based on the idea of division, dividing the society on the religious lines, or promoting a false nationalism. I didn't like that, so I want India to be very inclusive. I want India to give equal opportunities to every caste and every creed and every geographical space. So, and then I want Indian constitution to be respected and protected and implemented in letter and spirit. And Bahujan Samaj Party, for me, to happen to be, it's a national party which has 39 years of history, and it is firmly based on the idea of social justice, particularly the constitutional values of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. I really like them, and then I will die for those values. And that's why.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Next we have.
Thank you, Praveen. Very nice speech. I was really amazed with the numbers you were sharing, and all of them struck me very hard. The one that really was very shocking was the government is spending 8,000 crores out of a 2.5 lakh crore budget.
Yes.
Right? So that's a very, very shocking number, because if you see the whole growth of Telangana is coming from education. All these IT software exports that are happening in Telangana, that is only due to education. So if I remember, if I know the numbers, like 80,000 crores are coming from all these software exported and hardware. So if 30% of our revenue is coming from education related industry, and if the government is spending only 3%, 2%, that is very, very pathetic. And I think we need to highlight this. I mean, even I think Neelam, you talked about some incidents that happened. You also talked about the hospitals and
Schools.
Campuses which were.
Yeah. There's a recent incident. Today there are a lot of protests in Telangana because, please go. Yeah.
So what happens is, these are all inundating us. These are all negative things that are continuous. Especially me, I observe a lot, I kind of read a lot. So, but I still am hopeful. See, if I compare our state with Orissa, Naveen Patnaik has been voted 5 times. And there is no ED, there is no CBI inquiry. Even nobody can step into Orissa. And he hardly can speak Oriya itself. His wife is from Maharashtra. So there is a hope. The state next to us, there is a hope. So I wish you will become Naveen Patnaik of Telangana.
Thank you. Actually, just to build upon your argument, the contribution of services sector, that includes software as well, to state GDP is 54%. And the money that goes into education, which is the bedrock of, which is the foundation of services sector, is just 8,000 crores, which is not even 3 or 4%. So, and then out of these 8,000 crores, 6,000 crores go into salary of employees in the education sector. The only 2,000 crores or 3,000 crores into in infrastructure. You can imagine what is going to happen. One of the important reasons why our rulers do not want to invest in education is the gestation period in education is pretty long. It takes about 20 years for a person to become productive. But that becomes, once he or she becomes productive, and he is productive forever. So that our rulers do not want. They want to give the money directly to the people, or build a huge palace and then said, I have built this palace for you. So that's the thing. So it's a very sorry state of affairs. That's one of the reasons I'm very passionate about education. As Raju has rightly said, this is going to transform the nation. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Vinodji.
So I have one question. Elections are 18 months away from now.
Yes.
It happens to be spring in 2023 December, right?
I am not sure. They can be advanced as well. Our rulers are very jittery. They are on a slippery slope, and because there's so much of anti-incumbency in Telangana. people are feeling cheated, so it may not happen 2023. They might be advanced by 6 months. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So my question, simple question is, what is your formula or to introduce one line to equation to win a horse of every community within your Telangana, because you're going to focus on Telangana? What's your one-liner formula or equation or principle that you're going to adopt so that you can win a horse and you can be an SCM of Telangana?
Telangana for all. My one-liner is not even one-liner, one phrase, Telangana for all. So, no, Telangana is not for all. Telangana is for only one family. So, we want to make Telangana for all. And second answer, if you permit, let's grow, period, together. Let's grow together. Not only one family grows, everybody should grow. What you see is just a growth, but it's not development. You call it as development only when there is, when only when there is inclusion. So everybody should be included in that growth story. Then only it is real growth. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Hello, sir. This is Mohammed Jamal from the
Wow.
And I'm really inspired with your vision, your whatever you achieved. And I'm thankful to the people who are organized here and introduce us to people like you. And in fact, I feel like India needs people like RS, PRS, RSP in every state, in every district, in every village. And I don't know how it can happen. India needs this spread.
It happens only when we have super spreader events like this everywhere.
Quite a similar line of
Yes, sir.
question we asked. We want people like you to sit on this chair. So what is your plan, game plan, to make it happen?
Very tough question indeed. It's a very difficult question, but not very easy, and there are no easy answers. I can easily get into education and then make children as leaders and then make them grow with a lot of values, like what Rai was, when Rai was narrating the story of a father, stepfather, sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl. The root of that problem is, again, goes back to the values that we, blend in education. But leaders are also can be made in through education. But again, it takes a lot of time. But the shortest possible time, what can we achieve? Find the like-minded people and build a coalition with them and start working for a common minimum program. Design a common minimum program which is based on a purpose, which is based on the future of the country, not to hate each other, not the hatred, which should be based on a grand dream for a nation. Then only we can be united, and then you find such like-minded people in all the states and then build a coalition. We may not win in the first phase, we may not win in the second phase, but we will definitely win the third phase. So when we started mountaineering, somebody mentioned about world's youngest female to have scaled Mount Everest is from our institutions. When we started the journey, our children could not even go to a small boulder, girls particularly. But I was very particular that girls must scale Mount Everest, that too at a very young age. So then we started with boulders. Then slowly we went to some smaller hills. Then from there we went to snow-capped mountains. From there we went to Ladakh in winter. Going to Ladakh is an expedition itself. From there we went to Nepal. From there we took our children to Tibet. So in that journey 18 people died. But our children said, no, we got the confidence now. We will not come back. We'll place Tiranga, that is national flag, on the Mount Everest, and also Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, architect of our constitution, on Mount Everest, and then only we'll come back. In that process, if we die also, it doesn't matter. So it happens gradually, but first step is very important. What I'm trying to convey here, so it is possible provided your intentions are clear and then you are you're not willing to be, you should not be opening up, or you cannot be allowing others to buy you. So most of the leaders, first they make a beginning, slowly they lose the focus. I never imagined that Arvind Kejriwal will allow communal rights in East Delhi when Donald Trump was very much in Ahmedabad. So one hand, Donald Trump is addressing all the people in Ahmedabad, the great cricket stadium which Narendra Modi ji has built. On the other hand, East Delhi was burning and 45 people have died. And the chief minister of the state, instead of going to the place where communal rights were happening, he goes to Rajghat and then offers floral tributes. That is not what a leader should be doing. You should go to the place where the problem is. But that did not happen. I don't want these kind of leaders who chicken out just because there is a problem and there are longer perspectives. So you have to be tough. On one of our friends asked a question. He doesn't have a good opinion about Mayawati, but my impression on Mayawati is, as long as she was chief minister of Uttar Pradesh, she did not allow even a single communal right to take place. Not even a single land where Poolan Devi was shot dead, just because she was a woman who she took on the bandits of Chambal Valley, and she was shot dead. And in that land, one lady, she sat on chief minister's chair, and she ruled the state with iron hand and did not allow even a single communal right to take place. Almost all Gundas have, they fled to Nepal to save their lives. So, it requires a little bit of like-minded people to come together and then start the journey, and one day we will be successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, yeah.
I think,
We have a question from Sujat. Good evening, Praveen.
Good evening. I'm good.
I'm from Hyderabad.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I've lived in the US for about 25 years.
Super.
And in fact, I went to St. Paul's School.
Oh, Narayanguda.
And my mentor over there, I think you probably might know him from IAS service, Rahul.
Rahul Vajja. Yes.
Rahul
Okay.
Vajja was my mentor.
Oh, super.
So 2 years
I worked with him. He was our secretary.
His family, Will Given,
Yeah.
right? So,
The famous poet.
yeah. So I can claim a childhood friendship and understanding the things that have happened with the community, the Mahotan community and all that. So I was exposed early to it. Having said that part of my introduction, I guess my question to you is, when we watch NDTV, when we watch any of the other news channels, most of the clips, they are being heavily prefaced with an advertisement. And that almost is synchronous with what the shining Gujarat example was projected to us, to India, in 2012, 2013, leading up to the general election.
Yes.
So it seems like a similar effort, where Telangana shining or Telangana this, Telangana that. I was sitting in my chair, I almost fell off my chair, as they say, proverbially, listening to the fact that 8,000 crores out of 2.5 lakh
crores.
The alcohol sale accounts for 45 or 55,000.
35,000 crores
35,000
in a year.
in India. At least in Michigan, when you play the lottery, they dedicate the extra money to schools. I use that as an example to say,
it's a good idea.
As bad of a vice it is, that still some good can come out of it. And it's pathetic that only 8,000 crores out of the 2.53% of that is given to education. So we don't hear that. Conversely, we are hearing this Telangana shining all the that come on, right?
And
Our problem is not to our narrative
change it upside down. Big gift.
How do you change the narrative for the popular people? Maybe have a media tsunami that puts those numbers. People may not pay attention.
Yeah, I know.
But
No, you are right. You are absolutely right. Thank you very much for bringing this out. Yeah. On last June 2nd happens to be Telangana Formation Day. Our government has released Telangana #1, as you rightly pointed out, Telangana #1 ads in all the newspapers across the country. Bengali, Gujarati, all languages across the country. And you know what is the budget for that? 32 crores one day. And people don't pay even a 2 minutes attention on those advertisements. So if we come to power, we are going to stop all that. We are going to change all that and then bring all that money into education and health. That is our promise. We are going to bring that money to create at least 10 lakh jobs for the youth of Telangana who are dying like chicken in the villages, who are underemployed and they are ending their lives because there are no employment opportunities. And we are not going to allow that kind of reckless advertisement, reckless spending of money, and reckless propagation and propaganda of all those false models to the entire country. We are going to stop all that. We are going to call the bluff of these people. Thank you very much for asking this. That's a very pertinent question. Yes. Harigan.
My name is Hari Palankusham. So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So Venkat said in while starting, we have seen J. Lakshminarayan coming in politics. We have seen the Lok Sabha Jayprakash Narayan came into politics, but they were not successful. They were not successful. And also now we have Professor Kodanam sir, who is struggling to come up and be successful in the political Telangana state. So I know you're retired and you are into politics now. So how different you want to be? If you want to be success, right? You want to see your success and successful chief minister of Telangana, so that we can see a bright future in a Bangar Telangana. What we are talking about. So what is your vision? How do you see that you will be successful? Even we have seen all this kind of cases we have been seeing that.
Good question, Hari. My answer to this is. I don't want to call J.D. Lakshminarayana or Jayprakash Narayan failures because they have been successful to some extent in their own way because they did not come with the deeper pockets. They came with a legacy of being honest bureaucrats. But they took the decision to end their careers, bureaucratic careers, and then join political fray. It's not an easy decision though. Particularly when you don't have big money. But having entered the fray, they should have continued. Jayprakash Narayan, he was MLA, thanks to thousands of volunteers who worked for him in Kukatpalli, and he was MLA. And after that, Telangana became reality and should have continued. Then I don't know, for various reasons, he got really frustrated with the political system and then he gave up. But that should not be that is not the hallmark of a fighter. Then second is, still I respect him, we are in touch with him. Then J.D. Lakshminarayana, he should have continued. He realized that he is in a wrong party and we'll be very happy if he joins BSP. So we will sail with him and then there's no problem at all. So they should continue. Politics, win or loss are very common. Peaks and valleys are very common in this political journey because people's mind change and your opponent's strategies also keep changing. So, but you should be perseverant. You should maintain the same pace, or you should maintain the same amount of enthusiasm and energy. Then, if you ask me about my vision, so my vision is to make Telangana. I don't want to, our friend has asked the best number one state. No, the most inclusive state, most informed state, most educated state, and most creative state in the country. So that is the idea. Most enterprising state in the country. Imagine, Israel is not even half of Anantapur district or half of Adilabad district is Israel. And why is it? It has become, although it is surrounded by so many hostile neighbors, still it is surviving as one of the most successful countries in the world. Why is it happening? Our neighboring Bangladesh has so much of progress in education sector. Why is it we are not able to do the same progress? So we are going in Sri Lanka way rather. So Sri Lanka, Rajapaksa brothers, they have constructed so many palaces and then they have taken so much of loans. And today Sri Lankan people are, buying 1 liter of petrol for 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees or whatnot. And the presidents had to flee the country, to save their lives. And we are going in a Sri Lankan way, wherein our rulers are constructing all palaces Our rulers are, investing in advertisements. Our rulers are doing this, doing that, but not focusing on the basic human needs. And our rulers are raising a lot of loans. Telangana is the best example. For what? To construct the projects which are not very productive. See what has happened to Kaleshwaram. It is sunk. Now, because one flood, the entire Kaleshwaram comes to a standstill, and we don't know what is the quantum of loss in the recent incident that has happened to Kaleshwaram. Then what happened? So my dream is to make Telangana more inclusive. My dream is to make coding as a fourth language in Telangana. Let all Telangana people be coders. Why not? Because I have started it in our schools. I have started this in our schools, and then today thousands of our students know what is logical thinking, what is lateral thinking, what is coding, how to write a small program, what is Python, what is Scratch. All these things they know. Why not, other children in the entire Telangana can be made as a coding nation. This is how you leverage on human resources. Why not? So that is my dream of Telangana. Thank you very much for asking this question. Yeah.
So just to add to what you said,
Yes, sir.
for the last 20 years, Ireland has been doing exactly the same.
Okay.
Anyone who has time, energy, please, take a look at what Ireland has done. Put a lot of money and effort in education.
Wow.
And now, where they were going almost into poverty to 76,000 US dollars per annum is the per capita income. It is one of the best in the world.
Wow.
So just because all the techies, electronics engineers, and the coding, that's what you're seeing. 20 years, as you exactly said earlier, it takes half a generation.
Yes.
to get there. So my question in this context is, how do you want to enlighten our voters
Correct.
where they are pretty much selling, their votes
Yeah.
and the value of
Yeah.
the vote?
Very good
It's
question.
really getting from 2,000 to 5,000 to 10,000.
10,000.
Whatever, whatever it's.
In a by-election is 10,000, general election 2,000.
Yeah, the value of the word they
Yeah.
need to know and understand, right? It's not, the answer is not like, let them take from any party and vote for them. But they should check,
Yeah.
why are you coming?
Yeah, very good question, but it has two parts. One is, if you say don't take, then I'll be unsuccessful at this juncture, because I need my electorate to be well informed. And when you don't have education, when you don't have education, you will not have foresight to see the things which are not visible to your normal eye. So that's called as vision. So you get vision, you become a visionary even as a voter only when you are well informed, that is educated, properly educated. That won't happen in the first stage. So, but second stage, definitely, once people are educated, people are going to say, no, you don't give us money, then we are going to vote for anybody. In the first stage, Hujirabad election, KCR has pumped, the ruling party has pumped 1,000 crores, and another party, the opponent party, has pumped about 200, 300 crores. And still people voted for the opponent party. So people are slowly realizing how rulers are getting the money which is being dumped on them, or how with that money how people are buying their votes and then bringing liquor. And today as we speak here, there is a by-election scenario is building up in Telangana, and every day there are liquor parties in Munugodu Assembly constituency. Every day free liquor parties. You don't pay anything but take liquor and then enjoy. So first phase it is very difficult, but second phase definitely voters are going to reject these rulers, but it requires a little bit of education, and then that is what I am doing. So for the last 1 year, I have been directly reaching out to people, because media is not in my control. All the media houses have been bought over by the politicians. So that's why I met Kavitaji yesterday. She made a YouTube channel. So we are encouraging lot of thousands of Kavitas in our villages. So you have your own YouTube channel. You have your own YouTube channel. You hear your views. So don't fall for the false propaganda of the rulers, because every channel is owned by rulers. Today, entire Indian media is owned by three people. One is Ambani, second is Adani, third is Subhash Chandra of GTV network. Only three people are owning the entire news. Now, how is it? How can you get a dispassionate note? So that's why social media is very powerful. You gave us a lot of confidence, Kavitaji. So thank you very much for being the example. Oh, thank you very much, sir. Yes, Roy. I think
One last question.
yes.
Before we go to that, there is announcement, please. So one announcement for Dr. Praveen Kumar, and the second announcement for Global NRI Kumar. So for the Praveen Kumar, he is not spending money to poor people. And when he joined the BSP, there are over 2 lakhs people came, not a single rupee spent
Yes.
on moving people.
I did not give even a penny to people to come to my meetings.
So generally, whether it's yeah, so you can start getting input one table at a time, please. So for the Dr.RS.Praveen Kumar, of course, there is an operational budget is required. He's playing a zero budget politics, but he has to move around for the water, for the food. And about 16 or 17 years ago, we invited RS.Praveen Kumar for a lunch. And after lunch is over, my father-in-law said, where is your house? Well, yeah, it is a few weeks. I was actually pinching him. He said, no, sir. All those things, Telugu law, avanti Sanketu antaru. So he used to live in the police Eramandali colony.
Very rickety government quarter,
Yeah.
where the drainage pipes used to get clogged every alternate day.
Yeah. So he's running a zero budget politics. There is some operational requirement is there. If you love him, like him to see a transformative leader, please donate him. And out of generosity, you can go to the website RSP for TS. The for is number 4, RSP for TS.org. So RSP number 4, TS.org. And the second announcement of Global NRI Forum. And it is a network of networks. We have no agenda, no caste, no religion, nothing. We want to connect like-minded people to empower, strengthen this kind of leaders. And if you're interested, you can go to, we have an email, Global NRIs, no apostrophe, Global NRIs forum@gmail.com. You can search on the Twitter and the Facebook anywhere. And thank you very much again. And I think we have last question. Okay, thank you very much.
I think
Thank you, sir. And then we have a vote of thanks.
I wish you all a happy Ganesh Chaturthi. So hope all your dreams come true, and then all those obstacles on your path to glory may be removed by Lord Ganesh. So on the similar tone, I thank Teja and then our friend Dinesh Mutyam. I'm seeing you after so many years, and then thanks for the song, and then I thank Hari for being a wonderful host, for cooking us food, and Hari and Jyoti sparing their space for us, for taking care of us very well, and for giving us company in the morning walks, and for driving us through, and then for showing us the environment. And I will not thank Roy and Venkat. I thank you only after I get into back to India flight. Yeah, I thank Mahesh, Ganga, and all other members of ANA, and Tripti, and members of ANA, and Hari, and everybody, for making to. Anyway, it's not a formal thanks, but I thought I should. I thank everyone who fed us for the last so many days.
I think Praveen sir